Marullo, good evening, buddy. How are you? Thank you for coming, man. Let me just see what's happening here. Something's weird is happening, maybe. Maybe we just need to do a force rebuild of our data. Oh, wow. What? Fuck. Alright, let's go to sync. How is everything going? Can I try doing this and see what happens? Get random ints. Wow, okay. I don't know what's up with this VS Code plugin for database. Something's off with it. I don't know if it's the VS Code or something else. Yeah, super weird. Okay, never mind. Let's just use pgadmin for this stuff. P and developments. Give me 1 second. 1 moment. Okay. Yeah, so we've recreated these users now, locally. What the fuck is going on then? Alright, I see. Alright, let's see what the hell is happening now. Where's my... Okay, so nah, now it seems fine, no? I found 430 fitness coach emails. I would be very careful. I would be very careful sending that many emails right away, because your domain is not your email. Like, or if you're gonna do it through services such as Customer.io or Amazon SCS or some well-known email server that's not gonna get you blacklisted in 3 seconds, right? So I would be very careful about that. Very careful. Oh shit, what happened here? What the fuck happened, man? Oh, you're asking about the content of the email. But well, what do you want to convey with the email, right? That boils down to what it is. What is the message that you? What is it about, right? I don't know what the hell happened here, man. Did I change something off stream? Conversion is very hard. Conversion is a very tough thing, right? If you get 2 or 3% of them to convert, that's going to be success. But I don't think that even that many. You should aim Well, how many emails you said? Let's imagine 4 or 5 of them from that list will sign up. And that's still good. But maybe not even that, keep in mind. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I mean, potentially. That would be what, around 1% of your list, right? I don't remember what's the number that you said. I don't know what happened here, man. What a start of the stream. Yeah. No matter what you write, right? But of course you want to write them, why should they come to your platform? I mean, fundamentally, that's always the question, right? People have so much choice today, right? Yeah, I mean, marketing is a tough thing, right? So I would lie if I can tell you exactly what to do, right? But keep in mind that fundamentally, let me just drink my protein. I just came back from the gym. Yeah, you have to basically tell them, hey, I have this service, and this is why it's awesome, and this is why you should sign up. Nice. Look, fundamentally, no matter what you do, right? No matter what you do, people need value, right? You can see me building this platform, right? Most of you don't give a shit about this platform, right? Actually, none of you give a crap, right? Most of you are because of something else. Like, you are here to ask me for an advice, and then you're gonna leave, right? Which is normal, which is perfectly fine. Don't misunderstand me. Which means that we are all here for some personal gain. Nobody actually gives a crap about anyone else, right? So it's the same with your customers. They don't care about your email style or whatever. They want to know why they should spend their time on your platform, right? So that is the question you have to answer, and that is the question that should be in your email. That is the answer that should be in your email. Why will John Doe click on that link and sign up, right? That is the hardest thing for all of us. So technology is one thing, and nice code and nice design and nice email and nice content. But if it doesn't solve any problem, like even the niche, tiny problem of a person, why would they sign up, right? We all just seek for that tiny self-interest anywhere we go, right? People come to these streams, for example, because they need something, right? They don't give a shit about what any of us are building here, right? They can't care less, right? But what they do care, well, Alex has a lot of experience, so he can answer my question, and when he does, I'm going to move on, and someone else is going to answer my other question. So that is how it works. So that is the product here on this live stream, right? So that is fundamental problem with the products. That's why they're so hard to build. Not to build, but to sell, right? You truly need to find something that's valuable, right? And that is hard today. That is hard today. Market is heavily oversaturated with products, and selling something or finding something to offer is very, very hard, very hard. Especially to younger generation that has an attention span of a goldfish, right? Give me 1 second. I just need to put this countdown for me because I don't want to stream longer than 2 hours ever. So would you agree that developers of Indian Chinese descent kind of there's some truth to that, but I would not agree, no. I mean, some of the most brilliant engineers that I met in my life are Indian, right? Keep in mind that India has, one Indian population, it's like more than 1 billion, 2 billion people. There's 1.5 billion people there, right? So of course that statistically it's easier to find an asshole than in a country, maybe this is just in theory. But it's depending what you pay for, right? I mean, CEO of Google is Indian, right? CEO of, majority of CEOs or CTOs of major companies are Indian, right? So it depends how you look at it, right? If you pay some guy in a call center who's learned 3 things to build something for you, and the thing is, like, you can't get cheap things, right? My experience with Indian outsourcing, all of my friends or people I know who said, why the fuck would I pay you, Alex, 20,000 euros a month when I can pay an Indian guy for $300, right? And I would say, well, I mean, you will come back to me anyway, right? You will come back to me anyway, and then you will have to pay me anyway. And that is always true. Fundamentally, in most cases, those people who go there thinking how the rest of the world is stupid, and he's the only smart one for paying these, yeah. In the Balkans, I'm originally from the Balkans, we have a saying that translates something like, how much money, that much music, right? So depending how much you pay, that's how long the music plays, right? So it's the same with that. If you pay some shitty ass price and you expect insanely good quality, well, the problem is on you, not on those people that you're paying, right? You need to be fundamentally understand. You need to understand what you're getting, right? Because no company on earth would ever hire any of us. Nobody would hire me and pay me 100+ thousand euros annual salary, because everyone would just go to India if it was that easy, right? Everyone would just outsource everything. Why pay Alex when I can pay 20 Indian people or 30, to do the same thing, right? If it was that simple. But it's not. It's hard going solo. I'm fully with you, man. I get that. I don't disagree. You have to find your ways. I don't blame you. I mean, I think what you're doing is correct. What you're doing is correct, right? But that little money that you're investing, you need to find where to put it, right? And how. I fully understand your position, man. I've helped many people like yourself before. Also, especially when I worked in Sweden 7-8 years ago, I worked at the Lund University, and I worked in an incubator, startup incubator. So I was helping startups every single day for 4 years. So I know exactly your position. It's just the best way for you to proceed is to try and find a co-founder, which is incredibly difficult, I know. But a technical co-founder, hopefully, if you're not very technical. That's usually the combo that goes together. And you have to offer them something nice. You're mostly technical, got it. Then the opposite. Then you need to find a business person. And then you can focus on building code and stuff while the other person is doing something else. Give me a second. I wrote a to-do list last night when I was... My Danish lessons. Nah, is this? Yeah. Okay, it is this, but where's the other stuff? Fuck my life. Where's the... Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Investor or the business person? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you will not get an investor now, so don't waste your time with that. It's a very hard time to raise money now. Interest rates are still high, especially here in Europe. If you're in the US, you have it a little bit easier, but if you're within the EU, don't waste your time on that. Nobody's going to throw money at you now because you need to build something that's generating profit. You need to show something first before you can get money. That's how it works in Europe. You can't get the money without the product. Yeah, I know. It's like you're probably wondering, well, how am I supposed to build a product? Well, however you know, but you will not get the money without the product. You're in Denmark, just like me. Then you will not get the funding. No. Maybe the best thing you can do here is apply for these government grants. But besides that, I don't think so. No. I think I found it. 1 second. Just need to, yeah, here they are. Okay. Smadi, my friend. Good evening. Let me just. I have notes I wrote in the paper here. I just need to write what I want to do today. Give me 1 second. So it's going to be some front end. So we're not going back to Kubernetes just yet. But we really need to do that as well. I want to finish the meetup feature finally after a year, because I just came back streaming again. So I can start actually sharing the meetup on LinkedIn with my friends and stuff. So I want to engage a bit more and share Programmer Network with others. All right, let me just see. Remove About tab from the meetup. I think I've done this already today. Remove About tab from the meetup and merge it into the content. I think I've actually done this already. So I'll just mark that as done. What else do we have? We have remove summary. I'll do, yeah, I haven't done that yet. Easy, make a country optional. Make country optional. Only if the meetup is physical, right? Makes no sense to have location if fix cover image, upload, and generate a mid-journey one for my own podcast. That can wait. Craft, my friend. Thank you for coming. You always make my stream better. Thank you. Okay, edit meetup. Edit meetup is missing. Ah, okay. Wait, yeah, we should probably wait. I need to put this one here. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I wanna start using the meetup feature in Programmer Network that we have, right? So we're gonna spend some time improving that, like this one, right? I wanna make sure to start sharing it on LinkedIn and with other friends, because I've been building this platform in a stream on and off for quite a long time. Most people don't even know that I'm doing that, right? So I need to actually start contact centric.js for open source license or whatever. Okay, that's not mandatory to say. Okay, then we have, so this is all meetup, and then meetup events. also remove summary, add event meetup cover image, spots should be optional. Event URL should be optional. Add comments to the event so people can talk. And this is going to be interesting. This one is going to be the hardest of them all. Subscribe to the event. So we will eventually need to finalize our bool MQ, but we don't really know. I mean, we can have a cron for this. Either way, yeah, this is just something for me, attending count. And let's not say today. I don't think I'm going to do all this today. No chance. Also, yeah, common date range picker sucks, find a better one. All right, let me just, cool, okay, let me just clean these papers up. Let me drink a bit of my protein and then we start fixing this. All right, cool. Well, let's go. All right, so this is the front end, right? Yes, okay, so remove summary, okay, so we need to go now and do some modifications to our model. Yeah, maybe. Meetup model, let's take a look at that. So meetup, wait, is this the front end? Yeah, let's go to the API. Meetup model. Cool. All right, well, I mean, I've designed the table pretty good already, so that's actually good. So I'm enforcing this validation on the schema level, on the controller level somewhere. So that's also very good because I don't have these constraints, I believe. Like you can see, there's really no constraints. If you take a look at the columns here, what's happening? Super weird, what's going on? Yeah, so for whatever reason, the connection with my Docker is really slow. Let's actually VSL let me ask the robot, because I've never experienced this. Only once I started using Docker Compose for development on this setup, this started happening. Since I have switched to Docker Compose for development on my VSL2, I've noticed that connecting to a DB inside a container is either super slow or doesn't work at all. Let's see if there's something. Kian, hey buddy, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Are you gonna use something like React Calendar? Actually, I don't know yet. I never actually used React Calendar. Let's take a look. What is that? I don't know. We're certainly not going to build a calendar. That's a super tough thing. I built calendars before, and it's very, very painful. Very painful. But I don't think that we need a calendar. We just need a date range. So we already have that. That's already built. It's just the one that we have currently also in production is really bad. Let me show you how it looks like. So if we go to meetups, right, you can see, I'm not going to show it here because I've removed all the meetups from production. But if we go to localhost and go meetups, or let's just organize an event. So you can see how it is, right? This is the native browser one. This is one of the recent ones in the browser. It's not new. It's been there for a couple of years, but it's the most recent one. And it's not very, UX kind of sucks. You can see it's very weird. It's like you choose it here and then, I mean, it's not super bad, but it's, I don't know. I think it's very confusing. Just need one input. So instead of having two inputs, I'm going to have one. Just choose start and end, basically. That's what I need. Docker on VSL provides a special DNS name, host containers internal to access Windows host from containers. If your application is running in a container but needs a connected database container, replace localhost with host. Oh, I see. Actually, that's not a terrible idea, right? All right, I'll take a look at this, but I really need to fix this because it's a new thing. It's really frustrating me a bit because it's unnecessary. It's just unnecessarily adding stupid complexity, and I've never had this issue before, right? So it must be some setting or some shitty thing that. Yeah, so we would need to enable that, I suppose. All right, fuck that for now. Let's leave it. Okay. Let me just find some music. Give me a sec. All right. So yeah, so let's start with this list. Where's this list? Yeah, remove summary. So if we actually go to the front end, or actually API, if we go to meetups router, and then if you take a look at some of the schemas, right? So if we go and take a look at create meetup, delete meetup, update meetup, get events, attend, get event, create event, for example. Take a look at the schema. This is the params, and then we have the body. So I guess this is where we really enforce all of these things, not on the table level, right? So actually I'm going to get rid of that. So that's no longer required. I'm going to get rid of summary. And then I'm going to make sure the title, description, start date, end date, event type, spots. So yeah, so this kind of now sucks a little bit, right? Actually, I'm already using the conditional schema, so that's okay, I guess. But you can see, yeah, so in AJV, you can use conditional schemas. You can essentially say, well, the schema has a static definition, but based on certain things, it can have a little bit different definition. So you can see, we can say, if the location type is on site, then the location is required. Otherwise, if it's remote, then the event URL is required, right? If the location type is hybrid, then event URL and location seem to be required, which is Neo, my friend. Good evening. Thank you for coming, man. How are you? Not much, man. Just back to streaming a bit, and my wife is sleeping and my kid, so I'm just killing some time with you guys. Location type on site. What about yourself, buddy? How are you? So this kind of makes sense. Remote. Yeah. Yeah, we can see that, yeah, we would need to kind of conditionally also update the schema to support this. You can see when I choose remote now, right? That's fine if I choose on site. Yeah, so it kind of works, but we would need to update these asterisks when pretty much you are, yes. And then spots, I suppose we can make spots shouldn't really be meetup event response schema. So yes, meetup events. So we're gonna do it. So location type, event type. I wonder if my use AJV supports these complex cases now. We'll see soon. Okay, so let me just see what happens now. Got it, all right. On site requires the address, but not the URL, okay. Hybrid requires both the URL and and then remote. Yeah, so that's kind of all right. Let's go to the UI a little bit. So what is this? This is event form, forms event form. Yeah. So here we have the schema, this very schema, I suppose, right? Yeah. We're gonna leave it like that for a moment. Then we have the event form right next to it, right? Somewhere we must have a summary, so we're gonna get rid of that just to simplify things a bit. And then also what I've noticed here in my dashboard is that a lot of these things are, I don't have a designer, unfortunately, to help, but yeah, this is dashboard. So this is my dashboard component with all of this crap, right? Yeah. Let me just try one thing just to see, is this the right place? Almost, but not quite. What about this one? Nah. Dashboard sidebar. Okay, so this is what we probably care about. Yeah, okay, cool. So I suppose this here shouldn't be with full, but let's say width of, what do we have here? %? Yeah, okay. Because this is a really large screen, so it's kind of pointless to. Okay, that's maybe slightly better. Okay, sure. Okay, so now we're back to this. So this is an event, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's maybe start from this part. So the React date range. Is there something community has built that I don't have the time, that I don't need to spend my time on? Yeah, this is super complicated now. Yeah, I like that a lot. Wow. That is pretty awesome actually. Is there time? Can we adjust the time as well? Yeah, yeah. I like that a lot. Yeah. Key and tutorial on what exactly? I like this calendar. I think it's pretty nice. It also looks very nice here. The only thing the question I have is, where can we see the props? Available components, form props. Yeah, that is, yeah. I don't like some of the stuff, but overall we can probably style it well enough. How does the meetup.com do it? How do they do it? Because I'm basically trying to get inspired by them. Yeah, actually, yeah, exactly. Why would I need? Yeah, that's a good point, right? Why the hell do I even need a time range? I just need the when does it start, right? I mean, I need the time. See how they're doing it. I like this. Friday, whatever, you pick a day and yeah, so we just literally need one of these things, right? We don't need an end date here. We need the day and the time, right? So fuck that. So that's good. I mean, at least we came to that realization, right? So basically some projects for beginners to get used to programming. Probably not, my friend. Probably not. I'm not a content creator. I don't do that type of stuff, right? I just do things that I just build things sometimes online with you guys online, but no. That requires a lot of time and very little gain. I mean, for me to record these videos, I would need to make thousands of euros just to justify my time spending on that, right? Because you have so much of this content on YouTube put every 3 seconds that me doing it and competing with billions of people who don't, some of them are doing this full time. I mean, I stream, like 5 hours a week. Some people stream 15 hours a day, right? So I cannot compete with them because I have a job and family and a million other things, right? So for me to do that, I would need to, at the very least, make money on Twitch first and foremost, and that's never going to happen, right? So the fundamental problem, right, that I've seen is that people want everything for free, and that just doesn't happen, right? And I get it. I mean, of course, you want it for free because you can get it. I want things for free that I can get. but nobody can sit 10 hours in front of the screen for free, right? That just doesn't work like that, right? So beginner type of stuff like that, I will probably never do, no. You already know my YouTube videos, right? I'm just sharing my experience, and they're usually about leading the teams or something that I'm doing now. But React and all of that stuff or anything like that, I'm sure you can find. You can go to Udemy and find a $10 course that's worth thousands of dollars, right? If you go to Udemy now and spend $10, which is price of 2 coffees here in Europe, you can get a course that many years ago would be worth thousands of dollars, right? Yeah, I mean, exactly. The thing is, right? I want to do other things, right? Unfortunately, people are not willing to pay for that. I want to do private workshops, right? Pick 10, 15 of you guys twice a month and build something together, right? Spend whole day twice a month. But there's no market, unfortunately, anymore for that, because most people on this platform are either very young and they're broke, or they just have nothing better to do and they just jump from one stream to another, right? So I had some ideas and I wanted to do it, right? But people just don't have the money, and if they're not going to pay, I'm not going to do it, right? I mean, I'll just be very honest. I mean, why would I do that, right? And I'm not gonna, but maybe one day, who knows the craft? Maybe together as a community we can build something, and who knows? That's why I want to, with this limited time I have, build these things, and then hopefully one day something comes out of it. The idea is that people chip in just a little, and then everybody's happy. So what did we want to do? Event schema, we wanted to remove the start date, right? Yes, event schema, right? Meetup event, yes. And let's call this event time, maybe. Event time. How should we call that? Date and time. Yeah, I like that. Date and time, yes. Sure. So that is better, right? Date and time. And then if we go to the UI, back to the UI, right? And we get somewhere, I don't know where yet. Yeah, over here. So you can see there's this new date time type in HTML spec, right? So this is pretty awesome. When I learned about this was pretty amazing. Finally, Web3 committing, doing something useful. So you can see you have this default component in the browser now, which is, to be honest, pretty close to being self-sufficient for nearly everything. But as always, the problem with web committees is that they just do something almost great. Absolutely, man. Just send me the link. What is your page? I'm happy. Phil, my friend. Thank you. You always put a smile on my face. Thank you for coming, man. This was added, I don't remember. I remember learning about this maybe a couple of months ago in this very stream. It's supported, and I'm using it for Programming Network now, and it's pretty decent. It's the closest to awesome when it comes to built in the browser, right? Been lurking for 30 minutes, got it. Okay, let me check the, okay, I just want to help Gardic. Can you please take a look at the landing page? I mean, so for sure you're missing, so make some of these things bigger, right? You're missing hover, I mean, these are tiny accessibility things, but you're missing the pointer when I hover over this. The cursor is wrong. So cursor is wrong. Add a little bit more spacing here to the menu. Just write these things down as I tell them, because I need to configure my own stuff. Go to login, LML email. Ah, shit, that sucks, man. That sucks. Okay, where fitness coaches build success. So make these things a little bit bigger. Make it call to action. Or even better, just use the tricks that all marketers use. Make the people scroll, and also at the bottom of the page have call to action. So you're missing call to action here, right? Because the logical assumption of marketing is that people will look at all of the great things you're offering, and then they're going to read testimonials and all of this cool stuff, and then they're going to say, yeah, shit, I want to try this out, right? So put a big ass button right here. Man, I swear to God that I almost saw this guy today in the gym. Anders, I don't know. I saw a guy that looks exactly like this today in my own gym. Nikolai, okay. Jeanette, James. I see. So these are your customers. Or are... Okay, I don't know if these are your customers or this is your team. I think this is your team, right? There's a currency problem here, so write it down. This should be DKK, not US dollars, right? What are the Linux essential commands that we need to memorize? It doesn't work like that, my friend. You don't learn these things just like that. You memorize them by doing, not memorizing them, then doing. That is like saying, what are the most fundamental Chinese words I should read, right? It's impossible to learn like that, right? This is a huge misconception with especially younger people when learning new things. They get heavily influenced by others, and then they think that they must learn something. Don't learn things that you don't need, right? It makes no sense. That's like saying, what is the tool that I should learn to use to cut wood tomorrow morning, right? It doesn't work like that. If you end up learning things like that, you will never memorize anything. So if you now sit and say, let me now learn Unix commands, and then you do, let's say under quotes, you learn it, what then? What are you going to do with them? Eat them for breakfast, for lunch? What are you going to do? Let me eat this sudo, right? Absolutely, I'm willing to try and sign it. I think you should think big instead of taking small work. Why don't you start your own web development class? First of all, thank you very much for saying that, man. I appreciate I appreciate the encouragement. To be very honest with you, man, and I must genuinely be honest, I don't actually know what I want, right? I mean, my biggest problem is that I'm pretty heavily paid, that in order for me to, let's say, really quit my job even, I don't know, like here in Twitch, I would have to have thousands of subscribers or whatever in order to suffice that. And then even then, to be very frank with you, I don't know if I would ever want to be a YouTuber or anything like that. I actually think that that's a very depressing job, doing this thing full time. I think the job should be more humane. It should be, you should be going to work, meeting people, friends, having a beer, having a lunch, eating with your colleagues, making friends, traveling together. I think this is life, right? Life isn't just sitting behind the camera having this monologue, because a lot of people think, maybe all of us, maybe even myself included, we have a perception of some sort of status of some of these YouTubers, but I think that for most of them, I think unless they're really well organized, it's probably a pretty sad state of things, right? I can't even imagine how some of these people feel constantly chasing for this content, right? Constantly writing down, shit, man, what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. Oh, am I gonna miss this new thing that's gonna get released? Then I'm gonna be 50th on a YouTube or Google, right? So I don't know. So my biggest problem is I actually don't know what I want. I think that what I want is what I'm doing. I just want this to be a chill stream. I stream when I want. And I don't stream when I don't want. I might disappear tomorrow and come back in 2 months. Who knows? I think that's actually what I want. I have a feeling that so far, I don't give a shit, man. If some of you are coming and watching me, fuck yeah, please come. Let's hang out. I respect you. I respect that. But if you don't enjoy it, I mean, honestly, find something else. I mean, I don't care, to be honest. Okay, let me just help, because I like helping people, especially people here in Denmark now that I don't have Facebook. What do you think about the Primagent? The Vin guy, yeah. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's an entertainer. I think I've clicked on his stream 2-3 times before. Not that I don't want to. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. But I mean, he's an entertainer. He found a group of people. He found a niche group of people that he can entertain and monetize. I never actually saw him code anything. He just talks crap and shits on things, which is what community obviously wants. I think that he's very smart, and I don't think that that he doesn't know what he's doing. I think he does know, but I think that he's an entertainer, right? I think that he just talks crap and shits on things every 2 months or a month. He shits on something else. Because it works. Maybe I would do the same. If I have that sort of mentality, maybe I would do the same. And also, he's doing this, I believe, now full time. So his life is probably very different now when he has to. So, but what I think of him, I mean, I don't know. I think we're similar age, him and I. So, yeah, I mean, I personally I would not watch that sort of stuff. For me, it's very childish, but more power to those who like it. I think my stream, for a reason, has 30, 40, 50 people watching, and his has 2,000 or whatever, because he found a niche. He found something to sell 18 years old here on Twitch, right? This is a gaming platform, right? So, I mean, I'm sure that he knows way better how to run this Twitch thing than I do, right? So, so who am I to? Yeah, I mean, it's all content, right? I mean, it's all content, and that's how it works, right? No. First and foremost, I would never dare to question how smart or stupid someone is. That's not up to me. I guess he has his own audience, and he entertains people. This is entertainment platform, not learning platform, right? So when you look at most of these, under quotes, popular people, they're just talking shit for the most part, or playing video games, right? So it's very hard to find a streamer that has more than 50 people watching, a streamer who is actually writing code. If you're writing code, you're already fucked. But if you're shitting on things, and if you're talking about crap, that works. And I've actually did a test a couple of months ago. I literally sat here with some of you guys and said, guys, let's do a test for a week. I'm going to start reacting to videos and talking crap. And I had on average like 70, 80 people for a couple of days. But I don't want to do that shit, right? I'm not 11 years old, right? So, anyway, that's how it is. That's how it is. Everybody does these things for their own reasons, and more power to everybody. Do and watch whoever you want. That's the beauty of freedom. You find what you like, and Okay, so because I don't have too much time for this, are you still there, my Danish neighbor? I'll just give you a couple of tips. So let me just give you an overall tip. So this platform, for what it's made, is great. I think it can work. I think fundamental, maybe I wouldn't say mistake that you made. I don't think that you made mistakes. This is your product, and we all have our own perception of how we reflect our own thing. So Gardak asked me just to review his stuff. So I think you went a little bit overboard with the design in a sense of futuristic and like futurism, right? I think you should probably make this way bootstrap like. It's almost perfect. I really like the design, but I think you kind of went a little bit overboard in a sense of futurism. It's almost like we are in the, and this is very subjective, of course. I cannot say that my opinion is objective, so it's very subjective. If you like it and if customers like it, sure. But I think at the very least you should provide a white theme as well, or a system-based theme, because believe it or not, it's scientifically proven that actually reading on a white theme is more healthy for your brain and your eyes, which is also why we write on white papers, not on the black ones, right? So I think this looks great. You have this onboarding guide, onboarding wizard, which is fine. Of course, I'm always a little bit worried about onboarding wizards, because the question then arises, so, okay, so if I need to onboard people to how to use my product, does that mean that my product is complex? Not necessarily, but let's just make sure that it's not. Because if you need to show people where things are, if it's not intuitive, then the question is, why is it not intuitive, right? And then if it is intuitive already, then, well, why do you need the wizard, right? Also, another comment is I've seen that Gerdaki or internationalization is not done everywhere. So sometimes things are mixed in English, sometimes in Danish. So just make sure that that's more a good evening, my friend. Just make sure that the language is always the same, right? No matter what it is. And maybe you should ask about the language during the onboarding, right? So during your onboarding, you should say, hey man, welcome. This is what we do. This is what this app is. Do you want to change the language or choose the language? Maybe that should be the first question, right? And maybe English should be default. I don't know. I don't know who your clients are, but if your clients are international, you're also missing some padding here, right below this button. Kian, absolutely, man. I'm not saying that you are. I'm not saying that you are. I just wanted to elaborate to you why I'm not doing these types of videos, right? It's because for me, it takes a long time by my own standards to make them. So Gardek, listen, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on this. I need to get back to my own thing. I'm into 1 hour of the stream. I haven't done anything yet. So let me keep this open, please, and then we're gonna do more. Yeah, I need to spend a lot more time on this, man. So I can't do it all right now. I hope that's okay. Yeah, please. Yeah. It's just a lot of stuff to look at. Okay. Cool. Let's get back to coding a bit. Okay, so we have, yeah. So I wanted to show you guys that there's the default type there now, so that's great. So I'm just gonna start kind of doing some of the. It's gonna be relatively basic stuff we're gonna do. It's not rocket science, especially the UI stuff here. What I want to do whatsoever now. Just want to reorganize stuff a bit. Yeah, so you say it at 14th of December at 20. But as somebody suggested, that really sucks. It doesn't really work in Firefox, right? Do I have Firefox installed? Is it maybe I have some cache or something? Wait. Disable cache, yeah. We are actually getting an error on Firefox. What? Let's take a look at our Docker container here. Oh, we have a typo somewhere. That's why. Shit. We have a typo. Meetups. Let's restart that. What's happening? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, so the problem is, right, we need to write migration for this, right? We cannot just nuke shit like this, right? So I'm just gonna actually tell so I'm gonna give this to my AI, to my, what is it called, OpenAI, right? To my OpenAI chat, and I'm gonna tell it, hey, my friend, hey chat, can you write a SQLized migration file to nuke this? Please write a SQLized JS migration file in TypeScript that will nuke the end date and rename the start date to date and time. All right. So let's generate a migration file. Are we in the right project? Yes, migration. Let's just generate some file. It doesn't really matter. Then we're gonna rename it. And I think by default it's generated in here, which is, yeah, don't ask why. So we're gonna move this fella to migrations somewhere. This, okay, where's my SRC? Here. Models, nah. Seed, nah. Dude, did I zoom into oblivion? I did, I think. Yeah, here it is, okay. So I'll just move this fellow over here. I'll rename it to TS. I just need a timestamp to be generated by SQLize. Okay. Yeah, why module exports? Is that what my other things are doing? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. All right, cool, let's see. So remove the column end date, rename start date to date and time, sure. Ensure the data matches for the rename column. Allow null method to, yeah, sure, okay. Yeah. So now if we take a look at our package.json here, we want to run database migrations, right? And then npm run this crap. We need to use the right version. Ah, crap. Give me 1 second. All right, try that again. Yeah, some of these tools are good. I mean, I've used some. I mean, I have insights into these tools because, you know, working at Dream Data, we use, we are all over the place, LinkedIn, Google, and stuff. So, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's gonna be your main preoccupation, really, is exactly that. What the fuck? It's so annoying, man, with this Docker compose thing now. It's very difficult to. Because I can see now the database again is just it's not actually connecting to a database. That's the problem. At this point in time, I'm literally just thinking to go to just configure the Docker here to just expose this, not the daemon, just add the internal names to the hosts etc host file. Yeah, we don't need that, I suppose, right? That's fine. We actually don't really need Kubernetes here. We're running our own cluster. Please react to a comment. Yeah, I am. Privileged helper service not running start service. Okay. These things will probably need to kill them. By the way, is our Kubernetes still running? kubectl get status. Get nodes, sorry. Yeah. Here's our beautiful cluster waiting for us to finish and move programming network to it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Give me 1 second. You can't see just something for a second. Just 2 seconds, please. All right. Yeah, okay, so in theory that should be running again, right? Yeah, I need to, yeah, man. Hate wasting time on this. It's just useless, completely useless. Completely useless, man. Where's my API? Is it even running? Nah. what is this crap, man? Not images, containers, yeah. So how can I use this? How can I use this host now? So because we have enabled this crap here. Docker.internal. So let me try one thing. I actually never use that here, so I'm gonna try env development. Where's my? So I'm gonna say database.docker.internal. Well, I need to point to my Postgres, right? Not just to I need to point to my Postgres. I don't think this is gonna work, but I'll just try. Can I somehow point to my database side of my and file to my VS? All right, give me a second. What the fuck? Oh, I see. All right, so now it connected. Okay. Now it connected. I'm sorry, guys. I'll read your chat in a moment. I just need to. Otherwise, I mean, my streams are very short, and it just doesn't feel very cool for me as well to just leave without doing anything. So let's mix it up a bit. I'm with you in a second. Just give me a moment. La 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 la. All right. Well, at the very least, that has ran. If we take a look at, did anything change in the context of, let's try to use the client now. Are we at least connected now properly? Or are we still timing out? Yeah, actually, so now this host networking seems to be better, or to say how it was before. So that's a good thing. So we should probably do the same for Node.js. Just bear with me for 3 more seconds. Actually, that's fine. I'll just do the same for my Node.js, for my API. Postgres host, API port, host, programmer network Fastify. So I'm gonna also use over here development. Yeah, I'm also gonna use this internal Docker stuff for Node.js as well. I'm gonna try. Why not? Vlada, my best man. I love you, dude. All right, let's do this. CDA source, CD programmer network infra. Start again. Let's see, did this materialize in any good way? So this is still failing, which is expected. Okay, but what I wanted to check, is my debugger working again? Let me try to attach my debugger. So can I now attach again to that process, or can I not? Well, actually the process is down, so I don't think we can. Okay, good. Okay, so let's now go back to this fella. All right, so fuck it. Let's just go and force this. So let's find this sync method from Sequelize that's just gonna nuke everything. So let's do this. This should kind of nuke everything and put us back to a regular normal state. So let's set this back to false. Let's go to the Sequelize meta. For some reason, these latest ones are not being stored there anymore. I don't actually know why. It's actually, they're probably not running. That's the only explanation. Let's actually go back here. Run database migrations. Run database migrations. Nominex. Dude, when can I have you? When can I have you? No, the cluster is stable. Actually cluster is pretty stable. You can see that it's running for 12 days now, uninterrupted. Wait. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty stable. Looking forward, hopefully this week we can maybe host some of the PM stuff on it. But yeah, it's up and running. Our 6 SSDs are on 24/7. So far, of course, there's nothing's happening on it, but hopefully soon we can have it working. Let's work together to revolutionize the way you coach. I think Gardic fundamentally that these sort of, how would I call them, hyperboles, right? I think people are kind of used to them. It's not. I think it's a very catchy title, but it still doesn't convey how are you going to do that, right? So at least if I'm trying, whenever I'm building my own shit, including this one, which is why I'm constantly unhappy with my own product, is because I always ask myself, would I use it myself? And right. So it's more about, does it convey how you're going to do that, because everybody says that. There's no company out there who says, you know what, my product is not as good as yours, right? Everybody says that they're changing the world and shit like that, right? So it's really about conveying maybe how is that going to be different with your tool versus some other tool, right? Because I'm sure that it will be different, right? But you need to find the target group. Who are the individuals you want to start with? You cannot start with everybody, right? You cannot say this app is for everyone, right? So you need to find some niche group and then work from there. I'm a little bit worried. Why are these sequelize? Why is this crap not executed? I'm a little bit. It's a little bit concerning, to be honest, even. And actually, let me try the debugger now. Did we fix that issue? We should have fixed it. Now we should be able to attach ourselves to the process, right? Actually, don't see any logs being added here. Okay, well, yeah, not quite, right? Okay, so for some reason we actually didn't generate a bunch of the... That's really weird. Okay, wow. Let's try that again. Super weird. Play one game. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, dude. How you doing? Zyre. Oh, so nice to see you guys. So nice. I don't get it. What's going on? What is going on? Let's take a look at our DB here. Yeah, so none of these resources are being created. Why? Four hours and your brain is dead. You're weak, man. 4 hours is not... It's not enough for your brain to die. Are you writing tests? I'm writing tests at the places where they're necessary, yes. I'm not testing and wasting time testing useless stuff. Parts of the system which are inherently complex or out of the ordinary, they're 100% unit tested, yes. Ah, okay, good. So how... Yeah, I'm a little bit... I don't know what the hell is... Well, I'm working on nothing. I'm accomplishing nothing, unfortunately, because I'm dealing with some useless fucking things that shouldn't be dealing with it at the first place. Group chat for fitness coaches clients. Is that a good idea? What I've learned with this platform, Gardic, is that people are very antisocial in general, at least on the internet. I mean, if you look at I have 1,000 users who signed up for Programming Network. They're not even using their real names, right? So it seems that the internet, so I would not put faith too much into that thing, right? Especially not with Danish and Scandinavian people. I don't think that we here in Denmark are the most social beings, but it's definitely worth a try, yeah. So I think we must have updated some dependencies, right? So I can see shit tons of faker warnings, right, in development. So so let's fix that. I mean, this is hilarious. Faker word is deprecated and will be okay. So did we update this dependency? I suppose we did, since I came back to streaming, right? Faker 8.4.1 is deprecated since, and it okay. Please use. Oh, really? Okay. So this is our faker bullshit, right? Let's search for random word. Okay. So I guess these fellas we want to replace with what? With, it's telling us to replace it with faker lorem word. And then words, I suppose, here, right? Yeah. Is there any other shit that's deprecated? Is there anything else? Let's see. Date soon. All right. Faker soon is deprecated. And what should I use it? What should I replace it with? Use soon days ref date. Address is deprecated. Faker location. Okay. Use faker number int. Ah, sorry, I was writing faker number int. Cool. Oh my fucking god, man. Man, Van Halen is shit. So good, man. I'm sorry, but I need to do this. That's what it is. What needs to be done needs to be done. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, I don't know why they changed these interfaces. I mean, I get it. But I don't think that anybody cares except them. I don't know why. I mean, the faker changes. So, I mean, this shit has changed past 10, 15 years, 7 billion times, man. It's just keep changing these interfaces. I don't know who approves this shit, man. I don't know who is maintaining this library, man, and who approves these types of decisions all the time. And it's just annoying. It's just a crappy library, man, that generates words, right? Just why are you changing it so much? Jesus Christ, man. Who does this crap, man? No, exactly, dude. But I swear to God, I'm not shitting you. Like, this has happened. I don't fucking know how many more times so far. It's like past 10, 15. I've been using this library for a very long time, and I don't know, man. Nobody asks for this, man. Nobody wakes up and it's like, shit, I can't wait for Faker to change these interfaces so I can spend my time updating Faker because it's so important to me in my life. Nobody ever says that, right? So it's like so useless, man. Just wasting my time on this crap. It has zero value, absolutely zero value. I mean, but you could also blame me. I didn't need to update this. I could have just kept this thing locked, right? Forever. So actually, let me apologize to these guys there and say it's my fault, not theirs. So it's my fault, actually, when I think about it now. All right, I think I just want to make sure that these warnings are gone. That's all. I'm not doing this because I want to. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Where's this shit? No, we don't actually have that. No, I mean, we have actually done all of this. So what is this guy complaining about? Faker date future. Yeah, I mean, we're doing that already. So I don't know what the hell is this guy about. But anyway, that's correct. That's fine. Whatever. I just want to know now why my... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's try one thing. Interesting. Take a look at our debugger config here. What if we say here host.docker.internal as well, right? Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't work. Very weird. Whew, okay, that was painful. So what the hell was I doing? Where's my list that I wrote an hour ago? And I haven't done anything almost. All right, let's go to the schema. I'm not going to be writing the schema manually, so I'm just going to give it to the AI and say make the location required only if the event type is on site. Only if the event type is But I have a feeling that I'm actually already doing this, right? That's actually, what is it gonna do? Because I have a feeling that I've done this already. And it's instantly complaining about some shit, of course. Let's see what has changed here. No, actually, so it was correct before already. Okay, good. So that's actually fine, right? Yeah. So we made these things not to be mandatory, and then I guess these things are still. Okay, so I wrote this library long ago, and I use this library for all of my projects for validation. It's called use AJV form. It's this guy here. And one thing that I can see now when I'm developing this is that we need to extend that a little bit. If I go to meetups and a meetup and I organize an event, you can see that if I click create, some of the things are red because some are mandatory. And it's very true that the address is indeed mandatory when on site is chosen. If I choose remote, then the address is no longer mandatory because it's not physical, right? No, I'm using AJV. This is my own library. So you can see, yeah, so that's actually not correct. So wait. So if I choose remote and then I validate, it is correct, right? So we can see that my own library doesn't cover these conditional schemas properly. So let's work with that. Shit, it's been a while. It is using JavaScript. I'm not sure what do you mean if it's using. If you mean is this. No, this is the validator that I wrote. What do you mean? Of course, it's using JavaScript. All right, so this is the library I wrote long ago. It's awesome. And I think we fully unit tested this, did we? Or was it? Exactly. Of course it won't. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we did test this shit. Okay, good. So let's actually do one thing. Let's see what we got here. And I actually have the AJV as part of my storybook. So what we can do, but let's actually see about that, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, let's say, complex schema, and I'm going to move it to the library there so we can cover this case. So we're going to go to the tests. Where's my tests here for this thing? Use AJV form test. Yes. Okay. So let's implement it just by writing the test. We have shit tons of tests here, so hopefully we can copy paste some stuff. And because I wrote this pretty long ago, so I don't remember everything. Okay, so let's smack this in there. Set errors, blah, 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 blah. And this is my new schema, right? So wait a minute. So yeah, so this is my schema, right? And if I smack it right in here. Yes. Let's print the result here. And let's say pnpm test. Can I do watch or something? I don't remember. Did I implement some test watch? Yeah, I did. So let's do the test watch. So nvm use and pnpm test. test watch. Of course, this should do nothing now. Great. And it's complaining that we're missing some constants and stuff like that, right? So we'll just move these from the project there because I really want to. So I'm gonna mimic this exact case for our own product. So I'm just gonna move these to there to the test. So I'm gonna say, hey, these are the event types, and then we need location types, hybrid, on-site, remote, to fully mimic this, right? And then we have another thing which is what are the benefits? Well, not every project is written in the same Node.js version, man. The benefit is that you have to respect the version of the project. Yeah, I've built hundreds of different repositories past 10-15 years, right? Not every single one of them is using this. I cannot go back in time and use the latest version, right? Oh, this is wrong, right? JSON schema type is wrong. So we have title description. Can we get some start date now? Yeah, okay, let's just do it like that. Start date string, I guess. I don't know what it is. End date string. Gergo. Hey Gergo. This time I'm not gonna make a mistake. All right, so let's watch that crap. So now everything's going to pass because there's nothing to fail, right? And if we print the result, let's see what the result of this hook is. So we're going to get some result, current getters, blah, 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 right? Now what we want to do, right, is we need to create some object for which we're going to validate against. So if we say result.no, so what do we have? Use AJV form initial data. So this initial data here, so this should have technically, let's see. So I don't actually remember how I built this. I need to read a little bit what I did before. It's been so much stuff. Let me read some of the other tests. Do I have some validates somewhere? Yeah, exactly. So this is what I want to do. Great, super. Because I need it to fail, right? So I'm going to call the validate. How am I doing it? Another test, exactly. Yeah, and then of course this I want to explicitly make test. This test should now hopefully fail. Yeah, good, right? Because of course this is not valid, right? And now if we print validation.errors, let's see what are the errors that we get. I don't know. Yeah. React DOM render. Where am I using .render? I'm not using it in here. I don't know why we're getting these warnings, man. Cow dog, okay. Is valid false data null, okay. But why don't we have any errors on it? So that is maybe the problem. So we should have some errors, right? Because we can see that we are running the validate function here, right? With the missing data, right? We don't actually have, or actually let's try to do it like this, because I'm starting to remember how I've done this. So we have the schema over there. And we have the initial state as well. So let's set the yeah, because also our validation is not fully correct, right? Because we have the min length and stuff, but we don't have the required stuff. So we need like min length or whatever, but it doesn't matter. So let's just come here and say null, for example. And let me actually now go to the library code and see what the hell is happening. So why are we actually not getting... Okay, so here's my validate form. This is what I've done before. This is the data we get. We get the value. And if there's errors, blah, blah, blah. So actually, let's print the errors in here instead. Let's screw the tests. So tests are just going to help us to do some of that stuff, but we don't really need to print anything in here. So screw this for now. Okay. So now if we take a look at the errors here, we can see that the error is that, hey, the title doesn't have the min length. So let's do the easy ones, right? So let's just give it the data for the easy ones, which is yeah, here. So this is a test. This is a test. And then these are the other errors we're getting, as you can see. Let me actually hide this chat from the screen. So we can see there's a bunch of them now. And the thing that doesn't work right now with this open source library we built is these conditional schemas you can actually see here. It's very irritating to handle that, so we'll need to finally do it. But you can see here, because right now, if I remember when I build this library, I'm using the instance path and stuff. But here you can see we have these schema path all off to if. So this is very, very painful to handle, because now we need to kind of find the path of that. So where is this inside of the schema? Which field is that, right? And this is my function for that, right? If I remember, I'm giving it this error object, which is the native thing. And here I'm basically filtering out all of that crap. So right now, all of these ifs and stuff, these conditional nested another JSON validator schemas are just kind of ignored fully. Because if we go here, we should probably see that print if I remember. Yeah, I do remember, yes. So here it is, the errors. So now inside of here, we're saying, hey, you know, if you can't find the field name, screw it, right? Just return. Because as I just said a second ago, you can see that I'm trying to target everything by the instance path. Why instance path? Well, because instance path is usually the input field. It's like slash title, slash description, slash whatever. You can see here. So this is what I'm handling right now. So now we need to say, hey, this is the validation library I wrote for Programmer Network, but we're also now using it at work for like a year. It's this. It's for validation. Okay, so basically here what we need to do is we need to say, well, so nested fields don't have an instance path, right? So we need to figure out how to get to these levels and how to display the error message, right? I built this library, just FYI, because I'm using Fastify, so this works flawlessly with Fastify. I built this because all of my Fastify errors, Fastify is using AJV. So AJV is a C++ schema validator, right? It's this library here. Fastify is using AJV. And once I realized that I am absolutely in love with Fastify, I built that library that I just linked, so it seamlessly works with Fastify, right? Because Fastify is, if you remember seeing all of my endpoints in Fastify, if we go to, I don't know, some router, you have noticed that for every endpoint, there are schemas, parameters, query parameters, URL parameters, query parameters, body, response, and all of them, as you can see, are written. So my front end basically is working in isomorphic way in that sense with the back end. They're reusing the same validation schemas, right? Okay, so if we take a look at this this shape here, this is the shape that we have to decipher, right? So this is the shape that we have to learn how to code. So how do you, right? So basically all of 2if, right? So you can see all, to be honest, there's 7 billion validation libraries past 20 years. Whatever works, use it. It doesn't really matter. If it solves your problem, then it's the best library for you, right? I'm building a full-fledged social platform here. It's vastly more complex in some sense, right? So I built my tools because that enables me to make them super primitive and simple, and yet also have full control of them when I need it. Okay, so, but again, if it works for you, great. So let's try to decipher this. So if we go to our test, all of 2, for example. So what does all of 1 if mean? So it means, right? I mean, we can already logically assume what it means. So go inside of the schema, find the all of, right? Of 1, which would be the first if, right? Shit. There must be a library that parses this already. I mean, we can write this. I just not gonna spend time covering every single case. All right, let's ask the robot. Robot is amazing for this. All right, so I'm gonna give this just this utility of mine to the robot. Given this utility function from my open source library, I need to extend it to cover the errors from nested, more complex schemas. Let's see what it says. Maybe it has some knowledge already. To extend getErrors utility to cover errors from nested or more complex schemas, you need to handle more granular paths. Well, no shit, Sherlock. And combine error messages. Properly detect field names. Oof. I mean, this is good. I already can see that this technically can work. No question about that. Do I like it? Is the question. Probably, I don't know. Give me 1 second. Get error message. Sorry, I forgot to give you my own 2 other functions being used. Yeah, I wrote this code before this AI shit, so it's kind of it's actually better than error message function. All right, let's see. Still didn't drink my protein. I mean, if this ends up working, it's a big if, I'd be very impressed. To be very honest with you, I'd be very impressed. But I'm skeptical, of course. But if AI nails it, it's gonna save us a lot of time. All right, fuck that. Let's just ignore that for a second. I just wanna. I don't care. Okay, actually, that emoji, I'm not a fan of emojis, but that's a good emoji, actually. I literally saw myself in it. Rebecca, my friend, I thought you forgot about me. Unacceptable that you have a life and that you're not waiting for me to randomly stream every now and then. How dare you? I was expecting you to wait constantly. A random time, random day, random month. All right, well, we have 5 more minutes. Let's actually take let's take some questions. Fuck this. Let's take some questions or whatever. I want to adhere to my own timing here. I don't want to stream for too long. Give me 1 second. So yeah, so let's if anybody has any remarks or anything, let's discuss it. Now is the good time. Rebecca just came when I need to go, but that's her problem, not mine, right? Exactly. You have to show up, but it's not every night. it's not every night. It's a random time when I stream. It might be tomorrow night or in 15 days night, right? So that is the trick, right? You have to assume, or you just have to show up. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But you want to check the swells next time. I mean, Gardic, to be honest, I mean, I don't think that I have to check more, to be very frank with you. I mean, you're now asking literally for consulting in a way, right? To get every single detail. I think your platform is good, man. And it's if I have the answers or input to help you more, I would. But like with any other product, right? Getting the users is clearly the hardest, right? And if I knew how, if I had the secret on how you do that, I would do it for my own platform, right? So I can just tell you overall, in summary, that your platform is good, and that you need to see if there's a market share for it, right? Because you can invest into all the technology in the world, right? But you need to like the thing is, there's nothing more deceiving on this planet than technical founders like us lying to ourselves, right? Because in theory, give me just 1 second, because in theory, these types of ideas can in theory be really evaluated way before you even build something, right? So it's kind of right. You get what I mean? It's like, for example, if I'm to be a devil's advocate, if I'm to be an asshole, one could say, well, you could have, Gardic, you could have went to a bunch of trainers already and asked them, why didn't you interview them? Why didn't you ask them, hey man, would you actually use a chat? Let me actually show you one thing. I don't think that I've ever showed you that, just so you understand what I'm talking about. So, Programmer Network is an idea, came out many years ago when I lived in Sweden with my friends. And it's still a hobby project, of course. But even 10 years ago, let me show you. I don't know if there was a 10 years ago or when was it, but I can at least show you something. Just to kind of convey what I mean. So if I take a look at my Programmer Network notes here, one thing that you will notice if I find it is interviews. And let me find the videos. So basically we literally had, and this was a decade ago or so. I don't exactly remember when. These are, so what I'm showing you guys now is our like, I was obviously 10 years younger, but these are the first business models of Programmer Network. When was this made? This is like, I think more than a decade old, when Facebook and stuff was, I don't use Facebook, but this is how Facebook looked like. Like you see, like Programmer Network all in one place: networking, CV creation, recruiting, blogs, news. This is the place where people can submit news. We would either approve or disapprove, blah, blah. Language categories, Ding Corner, page where developers can post their ideas, get constructive feedback, help with picking the right technologies, and find co-founders. Crimea River Corner, place where oh fuck man, I forgot about this. Place where developers can come and share their work frustrations, talk about their managers or whatever. This place can also be oriented towards managers and others who want to understand how their developers think and work. This will be an intranet and only... No, listen, a decade ago I was way greater nerd than now. Today, kids, wife, I became boring. My life became a little bit more boring. Back then I was more fun. But actually, I like this still, man. Fuck. This is still a good idea, more than a decade later. Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, man, like these are, you see. I don't know, man. Cloudflare. Fuck, dude. Ooh, Hell Engine, man. We built our own Node.js framework back then. Fuck, let me find it. I built... Around the Express time, we built our own, what is the Bitbucket? I think we built our own Node.js framework around the Express time, I believe. Exactly, right? How do I log in? And with what? Oh man, I don't know. I'm just gonna spend a few minutes. I know the time is up, but this just hit me somehow. Strange. How do I find that? What the fuck? This is my C++ work from 2013. What is this, dude? What the fuck? A video game, man. SFML 2.0 box 2D. I don't... Dude, I fucking even forgot that this shit exists. Does this still exist? Yeah, man, I used to build a video game in this crap. SFML 2.0. What is the version now, today? Wait, is this not playing? Oh no. Give me 1 second. Alright, anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Just finding this old shit, man. It's amazing. But this is not it. This is not it. This is not it. I wanted something else. Anyway, sorry, going back to this. So anyway, we did a lot of research. Point being here is we did a lot of research. A lot of research. We had a bunch of business models, as you can see. How are we going to make money? Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to go through all of that. Nothing is secret here. I can share all of this crap with you. I don't care. It's just I don't have the time now. Main pain for programmers, searching and filtering, missing the identity. But I wanted to find the video. I wanted to find like video interviews with it, because before we even started like thinking about this idea, oh man, look at these first mockups I made. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Man, I need to open this. What? Ah, man. These were the good times, man. With my friends, coding 24/7. Dude. Dude. What the fuck, man? I can't believe. Man, I mean, this is pretty bad. Look at my design skills. Throwing boxes. Yeah. I mean, it's a low fidelity, right? So don't think it's just like it's just low fidelity stuff, right? Figma from Temu. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. Pages to mockup design. Fuck it. I don't care if you're bored. I just need to go through this. Programmer network. Jesus Christ. Pitch. This is our pitch. Look at me. Yeah, because Jan, my friend, he was part of it. Jan Swienski from Warsaw. Look at me. This is on the boat. You see through the window, I'm on a boat. This was a ship. This was a boat on This was a hackathon between Helsingør and Helsingborg. I'm sitting on a boat. Look at that. Yeah, well, back then we were together, right? MVP, but dude, I wanted to show, I mean, there's a lot of documents here, obviously. Interviews, maybe questions to hackers. Let me see. Oh, dude, this was our, like, I'm gonna find the videos in a second. Where do you know Jan from? Where are you from? What's your programming language? Hi, so I'm a noob. And I don't know if Jan told you, but have patience with my not knowledge. Just speak as if you would talk with other programming. It doesn't matter. What do you usually do on internet on a regular day when you use computer? Maybe you can talk me through the sequence of activities. This was our template for interviewing developers. I'm going to show you some videos. So before we started, listen, let me tell you one thing to my defense. Obviously, this is a hobby project and all of that, but we started this project literally by the book. We conducted interviews. Like if I had the time a decade ago to build this platform back then, it would have been a success 100%. Today, it's probably already too late. But a decade or decade and a half ago, there was a space for a platform like this. Probably not anymore. But back then, we did the correct steps. I don't know. Okay, I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna build it anyway. I'm gonna build all that I wanted, right? But fuck, man, where is the videos? Interview. Coding interview, no. Interviews, no. Did I move it to my other email? Maybe because I was trying to save this data. I want to keep this as a memory. Next, Mark Zuckerberg. Right. How do I find the fucking videos, man? What is going on? Personal video. What the fuck is all this garbage, man? Some video gaming shit. What is this? I mean, Numinix, the problem is, right? The problem is that, yeah, it's impossible to build anything without money, right? Like, for me, it's not a problem building anything. So let me put it this way, right? Let me put it this way. Like, there are ways for me to get let's imagine that Programmer Network was actually finished and it's a good platform. Let's just for a moment imagine that. How do you incentivize early adopters to come? Well, you need to pay them somehow. Either literally pay content creators or create some sort of competitions, every month we're going to give away 10 mechanical keyboards or some shit, right? For example, when udemy.com started, they had to pay for just a bunch of other people to record courses for them so they can actually fill in the platform with some data so they can use it, right? So no matter what you do and how, without some investment, it's very difficult, right? It is simply very hard, right? And yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is, if we ever succeed in something, right, Numinix, that's why I often talk about subscribing to Patreon. That's why if I could find in a long-term time from now, if you find 100 people or a few hundred people who chip in for $10 a month, like literally a few hundred from the whole planet who care about idea like that, then you already have sufficient amount to fund one single person to work on that, right? So but getting there, of course, is I mean, I think that $10 a month for most people in the Western world is a fart. It's not even a thought, right? Like if at least for me, I don't know. It's not even something I think about. If I spend $10 now, I'll forget in 5 minutes that I spent it, right? That's how much $10 means to me. But yeah, building a community, I don't know Numinix money is the problem. Like in case that I would build it, I would sustain this platform myself for my own money for a long time. That's not a problem. It's just building early adopters like yourself, forcing yourself, having people that you can count on and push each other, help each other. That is very difficult to find, right? It's very difficult for you to now say, okay, Alex, I promise I'm going to log into a programmer network. Why would you, right? But it's a chicken and egg problem, right? Without early adopters, without people who are using the platform, nobody ever will use it, because you can build the greatest UI, greatest UX, greatest infrastructure. You can say this is amazing idea, and people can say like, wow, you know, he's hosting this platform on a home server, it's distributed, it's Noster, it's ActivityPub, it's decentralized, but there's no people. So that early surge of that injection of early adopters is very tough. And what can you do? You can't do much about that. Exactly. But, you know, it's fun, right? Again, as I said many times, who cares? You never know, right? I think that I'll keep coming back time to time like this. We hang out. I mean, when Numinix and you, Zaire, and Rebecca, and a bunch of you, when you show up, we're friends, right? We've been hanging out so long together that at this point, there's nothing that we can call each other than friends. I mean, it doesn't matter that we didn't meet each other in person, but I mean, if you keep coming back, and craft as well, right? So it's kind of, at this point in time, it's safe to say, all right, well, I mean, yeah, we're not hanging out in real life due to physical constraints of space and you know, Cassie as well. Look at that, right? So that is a beautiful feeling when you hit stream and there's other people who are just like, hey, bro, hey, Alex, what's up, man? How you doing? For me, that's already a win, a huge win, right? Because I don't have to code alone. And you know what I do to haters, Rebecca? I instantly troll them in 3 seconds and they're gone. So yeah. I can't wait for Node.js to die. It's so slow. What did you build in Node.js? Silence. Motherfuckers, man. I hate these types of people so much. It's crazy. I can't wait for... Yeah. All right, fellas. I love you very much. Thank you. Masta as well. Thank you very much for being here. I will, Zaire. So Zaire, just before I leave, so what I'm going to do in the next couple of streams, so we're going to finish Kubernetes. We're going to host our platform here. But then also we will finalize the meetups. So whenever I stream, so what I'm going to do, just FYI for you, so hopefully in the next upcoming days, there's going to be my own meetup here called Alexander's like podcast or video log or whatever. And then whenever I stream a day or two in advance, I'm going to create an event that you guys can then go and just say attend or whatever, just like you would be on the meetup. And then I'm going to start sharing that on LinkedIn. And I'm going to always put like what we're going to do this session. We're going to do this and that and that. So I'm going to try a few of these things, you know, so to try to kind of get people to come to the platform, but also, you know, to get people more here to, who knows, let's give it a shot, right? Maybe people start blocking me on LinkedIn or maybe they start coming, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go. I had enough, and it was super fun. So thank you very much, everybody. I wish you the great evening. Tomorrow, we're going to see each other for sure in the evening. And you too, buddy Sire. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Thank you very much. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Good night, Rebecca. Bye-bye.